Hello, everybody. It's Cindy Greenway here, editor-in-chief at lawmarketing.com, the premier resource that attorneys and legal marketers turn to for information on the business side of law. And I'm here again with Peter Boyd, a licensed Florida attorney who practices in the area of intellectual property and who is now the president of PaperStreet, a web design, marketing, and web content company primarily for lawyers. Welcome, Pete. Thanks for joining me again.
Thanks for having me again.
Great. Well, Pete, I wanted to speak with you today about content because I am, constantly online looking at information on what can I share with the law marketing community? What is it that they really need to know that will help them with marketing their practice? And something that I'm always, seeing is content, continuously adding content to their sites, adding keywords, connecting with other people and so on. And so I really wanted to get down into the nitty-gritty of what really should attorneys be doing. And I thought, I'd check in with yourself since this is something that you speak about all the time. So tell us a little bit about content when it comes to attorney websites. What's important? What do they need to pay attention to, and so on?
Well, the first thing I'd like to tell clients is they need to write, and more write.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really sound too good, but that's what they need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
We find our clients who post on a daily basis tend to dominate in search results. We find our clients who post on a weekly basis do really well, and the clients who post on a monthly basis do fine, but they're not as good as the daily posters.
Okay.
You can post on your blog, you can post on your website, just keep writing and making sure that the quality of the content is good. You can use ghostwriters, that's fine. Most bar jurisdictions allow for that. You can obviously tap into your own team and have your various attorneys and paralegals write for the website.
Right.
But bottom line, you need to be pushing out quality, timely content.
Okay. So what should attorneys be writing about? What creates that quality content that they need to have on there on a daily basis, preferably, if not at least weekly?
Yeah, coming up with ideas for the content is always tough. We actually have to set up internally for even PaperStreet, we have to set up an internal production schedule. We come up with webinar ideas, we come up with blog post ideas. We actually create a Google Doc and just list them all. And then we assign them out, and we try to task our entire team. We have about 18 people here. We try to task our entire team to post just once a month. And now if you're posting with 18 people just once a month, that's basically a daily post.
Exactly.
And so that's our goal for 2013. Law firms should do the same thing. If you have a firm size of 5 people, just say, hey, look, you need to post something once a month. Just turn it in. We'll have it edited. It won't take more than 30 minutes to an hour to write the post. Now, ideas you can do on the topics include client advice. Obviously, strip out the client details. You can't, send that online and put that online. But you can do a summary of what you advise the client. Your attorneys are writing emails back to clients all day long. They're giving out good advice. Take that, put it online as a general advice, strip out client information, and now you have a blog post. You've already done the work. Just take another 10, 15 minutes to edit it, and you're good.
Right. And I know, because that's something that I know people get stuck with all the time, is they sit down and think, okay, I'm going to write my blog post today. What do I write about? So that's a really great thing, is just take a look at some of the emails that you've already sent, or some of the common questions that you're getting from your clients or from prospects on a regular basis, and do a little blog post on that. Or even have your assistant help you out. What are some of the things that they get asked from their clients on a regular basis? So
exactly. And not only are you answering your client's question, but you're probably answering 100 other people that don't have an attorney yet's question. So you're going to rank higher in search results for that too.
Great. So what are some tips around the content? So we talked about the quality of the content as far as the topic goes. What about some tips on the length, the keywords, all that kind of stuff? Because there's been a lot of misguiding information over the years that isn't relevant anymore. So what's current for right now?
Well, the current things you got to be aware of is 2 things. 1 is the length. 2 is putting in keyword phrases into the content. And the 3 is be careful of being a spammer. So let's talk about the length first. Typically, we find your homepage should have anywhere between 750, maybe 1,000 words. Could be more, but that's like a minimum that we want to see it for our clients on our homepage.
Okay.
Subpages, blog posts, everything should have above 500 keyword phrases. If you get down to like 100 phrases, like a few sentences on a blog post or a page, that's going to be considered, or could be considered, thin content, especially if you're doing a lot of that on your websites. You want to make sure you have several paragraphs to be able to post. In terms of the keyword phrases on the website, make sure it's in your title tags. Make sure it's in, if you can, put in your headlines. Don't get keyword spammy, stuffy. Don't put all that in there, but make sure it can be in your headlines. And make sure you reference it maybe once or twice in the document itself. Again, don't go overboard. Don't have the site read like gibberish. That's just bad. Kill your footers. If your footers have blatant, keyword stuffing, get rid of that now. You'll probably improve your rankings instantly. Google does have a filter for that, so you want to make sure that you're not keyword stuffing, but that you do include the keywords on the page.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Pete. That was really great information for our lawyers. And so, for our attorneys out there that are listening to this video and are looking to really start to leverage their content a little bit more, start using some of these tips and, make a point of just listing some of those questions that you get on a regular basis so that when you do sit down to write your blog post, that you've got topics already there and it's easy for you to start writing. So, again, Pete, thanks very much for joining us. And please tell our viewers where they can find you.
You can find us at paperstreet.com.
Right. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you real soon.